The Buddha was in deep, deep, deep meditation as he finally reached nirvana. He finally made it so he couldn't be reincarnated anymore. He was going to end the cycle of pain, end the cycle of misery, but then he realized something. He realized that there was another universe that needed him, a universe in suffering, so he was going to help. So he decided to be reincarnated into that universe. The Buddha then began to look around as he would see people lost, see people he needed to help, and see people that needed guidance, that needed wisdom, and that needed to find their inner selves. As Buddhism teaches to find your inner self, as Buddhism teaches the philosophy of giving up personal possessions, the philosophy of giving up attachments, to be one with yourself and to be happy with who you are, and to break the cycle of reincarnation. As the Buddha would keep looking, he would see Angel. As he was walking into the studio, the Buddha would look up to him and say, "You don't look too happy. What's wrong? Oh, are you just a fan trying to be funny? Listen, you're going to have to pay to have me, and I'm going to be busy for a while." So the Buddha would simply smile and say, "I do not want to spend money on you. I wish only to help you." As the Buddha walked towards Angel, Angel was shocked. His smile seemed so genuine. As the Buddha simply looked at Angel, Angel knew he could trust him. He couldn't explain it. He just had such a kind, genuine smile and genuine look. Angel would talk about his life, how he ended up down here, and how Val treats him, and how he works in the studio. Angel wasn't very happy with his life, and the Buddha would listen to all of it. He would listen to its teachings, and he'd begin to smile. He'd begin to enjoy it. And he'd begin to understand why Angel was here. As he said, "Angel, you've been using these vices. You've been attached to them. To treat true happiness, you must reach away from attachment. You don't have to give up all your personal possessions, but you can't let them be attached to you so much. You can't have such a strong attachment to them, because the more you want, the more you're unhappy. You have to be happy with yourself." As Angel would say, "Thank you, but I can't do it. I can't go without these things. As long as I'm under him, I'll understand. I'll take care of this." As the Buddha started to walk in, Angel says, "You can't possibly beat him. Beat him? Huh. Violence never solves anything. I'm merely going to show him how happy he could be if he gives up the attachments he has, and if he opens up and stops destroying things and starts to create things." As the Buddha would walk up to Val in his studio. As then the Buddha walked into the office, he looked around as Val would look at him and begin to snarl. "Who are you? Are you here for the take? Interesting. You're not one of our actors. You look too slim to, Oh well, I'm sure people are into anorexic people. I am slim because I am starving myself to become one with this world. However, that is not about this. I know you treat people terribly. You destroy things, but you can create. Look at everything you've created. Look at all these things you have made. Are you really proud of this? Can you really say you're proud to do all this?" Val looked at him and snarked. "Don't lecture me. You know where we're at. Do you know what place this is? This isn't Earth. You can't just go around lecturing people. Besides, what I do is give these people a chance to love me. I give these people a chance to be better." Buddha would walk up to him and say, "You make them addicted. You make them have no choice but to follow you. That's not a true leader. A true leader makes other people feel better through kindness. The most warm feeling you can feel." As the Buddha gently tapped his shoulder, he felt good. He felt genuine kindness. Val wanted to attack him. He wanted to order people to attack him, but he had this warm feeling, this feeling of kindness inside of him. And he just sat there, not knowing what to do. As then, Valentino couldn't deny it. Deep down, he didn't always want to be like this. He always admired himself more than anyone else, but he wanted to be a doctor a long, long time ago before he became like this. As he looked around, he realized something. He wasn't saving people. He wasn't making them happy. He was destroying them. He was making their lives miserable. What's the point? As Val would walk up to the Buddha, Angel would say, "Run!" As then Val got on his knees and said, "Angel, you're free to go." As he ripped up his contract, Angel would say, "What? You're right. You helped me see this. How may I help you?" You do not need to help me. Just continue being yourself and continue trying to build a better path for yourself. That is all you need. And try not to become too attached to these people. All they do is tell you what you want to hear. Val would say, wise man. As in, the Buddha and Angel would walk out. As Angel would say, oh my God, I can't believe that. That was incredible. You helped me so much. As Angel would smile, you should meet the others. The Buddha would agree as he would go to the hotel. As the Buddha walked in, Angel said, what's your name? Sagaga Gautama. Sorry if I butchered that. I am trying my best to... I love Buddhism. I think it's a great culture, great religion, I love the Buddhist culture. I love the Buddhist religion. And I feel like it's very helpful to people. So I'm trying my best to, try to represent it in a good light. Anyway, let's continue. As Angel would say that name sounded familiar, but he decided to ignore it. As Husk would look at him and say, what do you guys want? Oh, you brought in a guest, huh? Or is this a client? I told you can't bring clients in like that, Angel. As he walked up to him, he looked at his hands. You can tell a lot about a person from their hands. They seem coarse, like you've been working hard for a long time. Your hands also look like they have scars from suffering. Does someone else own your soul? Husk would say, what? How do you... As suddenly Alistair would walk in and say, you look... But then Alistair was shocked. He could sense the Buddha's aura, and there wasn't malignant to it at all. It was so kind, so genuine, and so enlightened. He couldn't believe it. He didn't know what to say as he looked at him and said, do you own his soul? Alistair would look at the Buddha, perplexed by this. He couldn't believe this aura. It was so positive. It was so uplifted. But at the same time, it scared Alistair, because nothing could be this true, right? Nothing could be this kind, but at the same time, it touched his gentle heart. As Alistair would say, well, I'm not giving his soul up. Is that what you're asking? As in, the Buddha would say, enchainment is wrong. To face one's destiny, to find one's true self, you need to do it through kindness, not through suffering. If you make someone else suffer, it holds them back from nirvana. It holds them back from breaking the chain of infinite suffering, which is life. As he would gently put his hand on Alistair's shoulder. I know you've had a tough life, but that does not excuse what you've done. Destruction is never the answer. Life is beautiful. It's wrong to destroy it. Alistair couldn't believe it. If anyone else said these words, he would have laughed at them. But the Buddha, he had such charisma, such a way with words. Alistair would quickly take away Husk's soul contract and make Husk free. Buddha would stay there and help everyone with their broken down problems. The Buddha was filled with people with broken down issues, broken down problems, people who are barely making it go, people barely making it in the afterlife. However, he helped them all. He helped everyone in the hotel, and he helped random sinners on the street. Word spin around about this guy just helping people, sending them good advice. However, someone wouldn't be so kind. His name was Adam. As Adam and his Exodus army would eventually come down, they didn't see an army there, they just saw the Buddha. As angels went down to exterminate them, they felt such a happy, nice aura as he looked at them and said, Adam, come down here, please. I've seen you cause so much destruction. And yes, you may have ended their misery once and for all, but that's not the right path. They should do it by reaching nirvana on their own. Not by this, not by destruction, and not by not giving them a choice. As Adam would fly down and say, what the F do you know? Everything is about knowledge. You are correct to seek that. But doing this will not help you. Doing this will not help anyone. All this destruction doesn't help anything. What good are you if you can only destroy, not create? Adam wanted to destroy him, but for some reason he couldn't. For some reason he couldn't bring himself to. He seemed so kind, so genuine. As Adam sat down, they began to talk to each other. As the Buddha would discuss his problems and issues with the world, he would discuss how Adam could fix it and not just destroy. As Adam would say, thank you. Where are you going to go now? I reached Nirvana. I simply just stayed behind to help you. As then he disappeared and ended the cycle of reincarnation. What happens after that? Permanent nothingness? Maybe you feel something? Maybe you become one with nature?
No one knows. But he ended it, the cycle of suffering. As Adam watched, he said, wow, what a great guy. As Luke said, are we really not going to attack these people? Adam said, no, we're going back. Luke would say, really, because of that guy? What the F? And that is we're going to leave things off.
Thank you so much for supporting this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. And I hope you enjoyed it. I tried to be respectful as possible because, you know, the Buddha, Jesus, Muhammad, prophets, Son of God, they're people that people look up to. People, you know, view them as very important people. And for good reason. They're a prophet or they're a big part of their religion. That's why I try to be as respectful as the Buddha as possible, because I'm not religious, but if I was any religion, I'd be a Buddhist. I understand their plight, and I understand how they want to end suffering once and for all and stop the cycle of reincarnation. Pretty interesting stuff, and if you don't know a lot about Buddhism, I recommend you read it up. That's why I try to be respectful as possible. I try to, you know, most of my videos I like play a lot of jokes and do stuff like that. But this video I didn't really do. Just like with the Jesus video, I didn't really joke that much because, well, of course, these are very important icons to people, and I kind of want to respect them. Even if I don't believe in them, I still want to respect them for the others that do believe. So if there's any Buddhists in the comments, let me know how I did. Did I do a good job? I hope I did. Also, what religion are you? I want you to be respectful. I don't care if you're a Jew, Muslim, Buddhist, Hindu, Christian, or what. Be respectful, all right? I don't want anyone making fun of people. I don't want anyone threatening people. I don't want anyone saying you'll go to a bad place if you don't believe. Be respectful. That's all I ask in the comments when you ask that. Anyway, love you all so much. Thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you so much for being there for me. Thank you so much for being the best audience I could ask for. It really is a dream come true.